I'm Robert Selaiden, and I'm with Leander High School Band, and I'm the head band director.
So you guys just finished your prelims run very late at the end of the day of a long day of San Antonio prelims. How did you feel walking off the field right there?
I thought it was our best one, definitely, for sure. The kids have had a pretty incredible week despite all the crazy rain that's been happening here in Texas. We've been kind of used to the elements, and today has been just a spectacular day all around. The kids have felt really confident going into this regional just with the quality of the performance level we've been going through the last couple of weeks, so we're really proud of them.
Definitely. You guys started off your season like very strong, second place, I think in Austin that was.
Correct, yeah.
That's a huge, that's a great start to your season. How has it kind of progressed and built off of that early beginning?
That was early season, show wasn't done, and we were really excited to see those results, especially considering the kind of competition that was there. The best bands in the country, all at Austin Regional. So we're pretty grateful to be amongst all of that. Since then, it's been great. We've just been putting on the end of the show. Dan's on number 2. It's pretty exciting. Bringing the trombones out for Leander, which is a rare thing for us, but they're doing a fantastic job. And since then, it's been great. We had area last weekend, and pretty grateful to move on to the UIL state competition and squeak in there. And looking forward to a great long weekend here in San Antonio. Yeah.
Could you explain to me what this weekend, to people who aren't from Texas, it's hard to wrap your head around. Could you kind of explain to me what it is for you guys and what it looks like from your end?
Sure. For us, this is kind of the penultimate competition for us at the end of our season. Obviously, UIL State is a massive honor, and that's going to be a great weekend or week for us. For this, it's the best bands in the country. There's obviously great bands all over the place, but the concentration of what San Antonio brings and the amount of bands that are here that are such high caliber, anything can happen, as per what happened last year. And it was a pretty excellent season for us, and you can be anywhere in that 14 in and out of finals. It really doesn't matter. I think the thing that the kids kind of hype going in is just the fact that they get to be here, and we always talk about at Leander that it obviously isn't the results, but we're talking about kind of the journey and the process and giving our best performance in the end. And if that's the end for us, I'm pretty darn happy.
Definitely. So you said it was new or trombones were new for Leander this year. Can you talk about how that's been incorporated and how the kids have kind of taken that?
Yeah, 4 years ago when we hired a new design team, we moved over to all baritones, and since then we've been trying to bring the trombone back just because we want to keep developing it as part of our program. We've had a pretty great private lesson staff that's turned that part of our program around, so we wanted to feature them. And that was part of kind of my philosophy too, is I find a part of the program that I think needs a lot of growth and go, okay, you're up this time, we're going to give you a feature, and it kind of gets them inspired, and they've been taking it on their own and doing a lot of practice sessions on their own, private lesson teachers involved. And so we just kind of wanted to show a new element of that because our sound is different in a way from other groups because we don't march trombone traditionally. But I like it. I'm looking forward to doing that more in the future. Yeah.
Awesome, yeah. It's great. That solo at the end there is just awesome.
Yeah, he's fantastic. Yeah.
So let's talk about the actual show concept. Could you tell me the name of it and then kind of walk me through it from start to finish?
Sure. Yeah, the show is titled Polarity, which on the basic terms, it's about opposites. So it kind of got inspired. Our show designer Keith Potter brought this forward to us, and got inspired by a piece by Metallica called Battery. And so you see plus and minus sign on opposite ends of the field. The show starts with the battery completely split on either side of the field, playing those isolated rhythms and coming together. And then the entire time you just see that happening all over the field. We have these foam props that the kids stand on. They create plus and minus signs throughout the entire show. That moves on to movement 2, and that particular movement is about how opposites attract. So there are 2 characters. There is the sun and the moon, and we play You Are My Sunshine. There's a soloist there that plays, and Moon River. And those 2 eventually overlap. And at the end of the big hit, we play Tchaikovsky's Romeo and Juliet, as well as one of the 1960s movies, Romeo and Juliet. And we quote throughout that section. So opposites attract. And then in the third movement, it kind of goes back to the yin-yang sort of approach, which is our first symbol of the show. And the end of that is all about the dance, about how those 2 elements come together, the positive and the negative, and they play together. That's why we pull out the dance on number 2, and we kind of have a party there at the end as we make the big plus sign, and the kids love that. It is an absolute blast.
Yeah, I've noticed that you guys are giving them some pretty difficult choreography. There's a lot put on the performers themselves as far as an organic choreography kind of standpoint. How have they kind of approached that and really taken it and made it their own?
Yeah, I think that's something in the past. Our kids have always been very good about this sense of abandonment that they just kind of go for it. And we say to do things in a rehearsal, like, sure, great, cool, let's go for it and do it. But there was never this level of refinement. That's something we're trying to improve on in our program over the next many, many years. Our choreographer, Peter Beckart, is just the man. He's fantastic, and he does a great great job with us. They've handled it a lot. We've been trying to challenge them with more difficulty of drill and more difficulty of the bodywork as Modern Marching Band is kind of pushing that direction. I think they've handled it really, really well this year. They're doing quite a bit. If you kind of just stare at one performer on the field, you can see how athletic the actual performance quality and the demand is on the students. But yeah, they're doing that very well too.
Definitely. So let's wrap it up. Sure. Moving out of tonight to tomorrow. Hopefully we'll get another performance. See you guys. Yeah. What's it look like in the next couple days for you guys?
We're headed back to Leander this evening. No football game for us, so we're going to get to rest. That's going to be nice. And then tomorrow rehearsal, we're coming back up, and we're going to be heading back and forth, even though Austin's pretty close. And then Sunday for us, we're headed here. We're going to stay overnight for a couple nights and do the UIL state thing. But we always look forward to the OA San Antonio finals. I mean, it's a pretty magical event. The end of that evening, the kids feel really special, and I think the OA does a great job making the environment all about the students, about their experience. And so whether we make it in or not, honestly, we're going to sit here and watch some awesome bands, and hopefully we're going to be a part of it. Yeah.